An intense political autumn in Catalonia will kick off tomorrow with a crucial speech by the president. Hello and welcome back to Catalan News on our first show after the summer break. Quim Torra is expected to cast some light onto the future of the independence movement and also on the extent of his dialogue with Spain. Today, the Spanish president made a proposal for Catalonia, but very far from the Catalan leaders' aspirations. In our show today, we'll get you the latest on this and tomorrow's summons of a Spanish Supreme Court judge in Belgium. September has been synonymous with a heated political arena in Catalonia for the past few years, and this time round it doesn't look to be any different. The National Day Pro-Independence March for a 7th year in a row will be among the most intense days, but tomorrow is the first big key date.
A likely intense political autumn will kick off tomorrow, with the Catalan president Quim Torra giving a speech at Catalonia's National Theatre. Torra is expected to give his views on the next steps the independence movement should take. The reaction to the trial of some 25 officials for their involvement in last year's political turmoil might be one of the issues he tackles. The upcoming trial is expected to begin at the end of 2018 or the start of 2019, with Torra calling it a political trial and one that will not be fair.
Aquesta gran farsa, aquesta gran causa contra l'independentisme és contra la qual nosaltres hem de posar tot l'accent.
Some recent comments the Catalan socialist leader made to the Catalan news agency confirmed this theory in the eyes of the pro-independence parties.
L'independentisme ha de reflexionar és en quin ambient es vol arribar a la celebració d'aquest judici. Si es planteja una estratègia de ruptura i, per tant, la continuïtat de l'esforç que ha portat a un procediment judicial, això dona un color. Si la via que s'emprèn és una altra, pot donar un altre color.
The People's Party leader in Catalonia has also commented on Iceta's remarks, but for the opposite reason, defending the absolute independence of the Spanish judiciary. Torra is also likely to comment on the extent of his talks with his Spanish counterpart Pedro Sánchez. The Catalan leader is looking to convince him to agree to a referendum on self-determination, but Sánchez flatly rejects this. Instead, today he proposed holding a vote on a new Catalan statute, the law setting out Catalonia's basic relationship with Spain that was ratified in 2006 but modified by Spain's Constitutional Court 4 years later. This sparked a dramatic rise in pro-independence feeling. Sánchez's idea has not been welcomed by any of the parties in favour of a Catalan state, nor by unionist parties. Ciutadans, the largest party in the chamber, says Sánchez should instead take steps towards implementing direct rule again. Torra's speech tomorrow will kick off a season full of anniversaries marking the main moments in the clash between Catalonia and Spain last year, with the October 1st referendum and the violent response by Spanish police on that day first among them.
Belgium will be another focus of attention with cases like the extradition request for rapper Valtonyc, who faced court today. A judge in Ghent announced that a decision on the European arrest warrant against the singer will be made on September 17th. Valtonyc was sentenced to 3.5 years in jail in Spain for slander and glorification of terrorism over some lyrics. But right before being incarcerated, he fled to Belgium. His lawyers say the case is special.
It's clear that this case is not an ordinary extradition. It goes about about things like the human rights, freedom of expression in whole Europe, because it's not only Spain. This is judgments that will have their effect on the whole extradition system in Europe.
And still in Belgium, tomorrow a Brussels court will hold a hearing for a case against a Spanish judge. Pablo Llarena, the magistrate overseeing the independence case, is accused of being biased and partial. Former President Carles Puigdemont and the other exiled former cabinet members filed a lawsuit against him in Belgium. Llarena is unlikely to show up. Instead, a lawyer hired by Spain's government will be present to defend him. Moving on to business now, today we've learnt the latest tourism figures. 2.3 million people visited Catalonia in July, 7% less than the same month last year, but almost the same as July 2016. The recovery of other Mediterranean traditional destinations such as Greece, Turkey, Tunisia and Egypt is one of the main reasons for this decrease. La Rambla's terrorist attacks might have had some impact, as well as the political turmoil of last autumn, according to the sector. Yet despite this, visitors spent more than last year, up to €1,177 per person. Fast fashion is the second most polluting industry on the planet. Its model of low prices and cheap labour has led to an increase in demand, people buying more clothes, and subsequently the generation of more waste. One initiative in Catalonia aims to go against the grain of the fashion world's status quo.
In a small shop in Barcelona, the line of clothing Future Humans can be found. It is not your average fashion business. The brainchild of couple Andrew Swiler and Cristina Brossa, its ethos is simple: to create functional clothing using recycled plastic, fishing nets, corks, organic fabrics and other materials. Sustainability is key.
I hem decidit fer roba sostenible i amb reciclatge, però amb venda directa al client per donar preus més o menys accessibles.
Although sustainable fashion lines already exist, the clothes often come at a price out of reach of the everyday consumer.
Un dels millors exemples és l'Stella McCartney, la filla del Paul McCartney, però la seva roba és €400 per una camisa així.
The masterminds behind Future Humans wanted to make practical and affordable clothes that could be used to go to work. Jackets costing around €150 and shirts at €60, for example. 100 shirts made by Future Humans can recycle 1,100 plastic bottles and save 240,000 liters of water, the equivalent of 1,200 full baths. Although Swiler is convinced the business will make a turnover of €450,000, he admits that they have more success in Northern European countries where the green ethos is more normalized.
Now moving on to culture. With September comes the end of the summer festival season in Catalonia, one which saw positive and in some cases record attendance.
The last event to close its curtain was the 17th edition of the Acústica Festival in Figueras in the north. And what an edition it was, breaking records with well over 100,000 spectators at nearly 40 concerts. This, according to organizers, is the result of a lot of work and a steady upwards climb.
Qualsevol projecte té una pujada i hi ha un moment que baixa. I nosaltres tenim la sort que només fa que pujar, no? Llavors, doncs bé, treballant i lluitant perquè seguim amb aquesta ascendència.
The most popular performances were Mishima, As Catarras and Love of Lesbian, along with Catalan teen idol Alfred Garcia of Eurovision and Operación Triunfo. Throughout the summer in Catalonia, hundreds of thousands bought tickets to see their favorite musicians take to the stage. For example, Ricky Martin at Portaferrada, or the Jacksons of the Jackson 5 at the Jardín da Pedralbas Festival. Vida Festival in a manor by the beach saw names like Franz Ferdinand and Iron and Wine. The Festival Castell da Peralada brought classical music and dance to the north, and Tomorrowland United had audiences dancing in Barcelona. Cruïlla, one of the bigger events in the country, mixed Catalan culture with artists like Jack White, The Roots, and Prophets of Rage. Cap-Roig Festival had its own eclectic lineup, including Andrea Bocelli. And after all is said and done, there's still lots to do. Fall festivals are just around the corner, bringing theater, music, and much, much more.
To finish our first show this season, we've got another piece of performance art to show you. Classical dance performed by the Ballet de Catalunya company and some international companies as well in the IB Stage Gala. The venue is unbeatable, Barcelona's Liceo Concert Hall. Enjoy it and we'll see you tomorrow.